What's up, y'all? Big Red here, coming at you another Fallout 76 video on the channel with another session of Earl's Curls, which you haven't had in a while, but it's back, limited time, because we're going to be going over this Unlimited Vats plasma build for a Ghoul, where you can use a flamer or the automatic barrel. And we'll go through several different layers of content. We're going to test some stuff with Earl, with an enclave, with the other plasma pistol, because I'll get into that. The other plasma gun, the regular one, and we'll test with the Bullies. We'll go against the Guardian, show you how you can farm it very easily, and we'll go against those snakey poo with the automatic barrel, so you can be able to get the range that you need, but everything else you'll be able to use the flamer on and be able to melt and shred in the wasteland. No, it's not more powerful than a shredder right now, but it is pretty powerful and it is super fun. Everything will melt in a second. So thank you, my subscribers, everybody tuning in and watching. Appreciate y'all. We're going to jump right into it, and at the end we'll go over the build. We're just gonna show you, just talk real quick over the weapon. Obviously it's gonna be a Furious because it doesn't affect the ammo capacity, so we're gonna get extra 5% damage, and we'll get 9 plus our loadout, so we'll get 20, so it'll be extra 100% damage with our weapon. We got weapon speeds, the way to go. We got minus action point cost, and we got a conductors, and we'll be comparing the Bullies and conductors. I'll just show you, the Bullies did a little bit better than the Pinpointers, that's why I'm gonna use it. We'll go into more detail and everything, but conductors has changed. We're getting 10 health and action points instantly and 100 more over 5 seconds. And we'll go over why I got it modded this way, but I got a calibrate capacitor for extra 100% crit damage, a line flamer barrel for the melt and shredded. This thing cripples really well, just without no limb damage on it. Standard grip, that's what you gotta have as a Ghoul. The AP cost is 6. If you go with the stock, with the rifle, it brings it up to 9. And as a Ghoul, it's very hard to manage that. 6 is very manageable. The only trade-off is your C and D, but you're killing everything so quick. It's kind of a trade-off. You can be in Vats and melt things with Vats criticals. And it does well with outside Vats too, but this is centered on to be able to melt the bosses down pretty quickly and easily. See, we're getting 88 and 70. Really good damage. Range is the only limited thing with this weapon. We'll go with the armor later, but it is a full set of solo armor with strength on 2 pieces, endurance on 2 pieces, ultralight on 2 pieces. You get an extra 10 action points, and we got +2 agility on 3 pieces, with through hikers on every piece and limit breakers on every piece. That way we can get our limit breakers, we get our luck is 17, cuts down half of the requirements, so we'll go get our crits every second shot. And and polymer on every piece to make it a little more tanky and durable. Through hikers, because you don't want to waste any points in your loadout. That's extra 4 points you're saving. There's so many good points to invest in. Strengthen so we don't get crippled. We did take a couple of serums, cancel negative effects. We got a bobblehead energy giving us 20%. Serum's really just for carry weight. We got our Tesla Science 9 giving us 100% extra crit damage from energy guns. That's to make up for not having Stranger Numbers activated and not benefiting from critical Eagle Eyes or our food buff getting extra crit damage. It kind of balances out. We do have Black Eye Susan get extra 20% damage. Company T for the AP regen, Mutt-Brew Juice and Tater Juice for the 20 AP, and the 2 to our agility, that's extra 40. So we got the simple AP buffs going into the fight, nothing fancy. AP is 480. We got Blight Soup for the extra crit damage, and Soap Bean Soup giving us extra endurance. You can see our endurance is 25, our agility is 39, perception is 24, our luck is 24. So all our stats are good. We're adrenaline, bare bones, eagle eyes, electric charge, herbivore, hermitalium, marsupial, speed demon. Don't worry about twisted muscles or unstable isotope, but those are just on there. Unstable to maybe get a little radiation when something gets killed. Twisted muscles, this is from me using a shredder. Herbivore is what's key to get the crit damage, and Company T and the Susan, Black Eye Susan, getting the 20% instead of 10% as a carnivore, and our Company T getting 20% and our crit damage getting more out of our weapon. So yeah, just let you look at the build. There's no utilizing easy scatter shot, easy target, tormentor, working with our enforcer to get our crippling, and I'll show that. We'll cripple Earl pretty quickly. Like I said, we'll go over the build more. Know that I just got +5 legendary agility on top of our 15 agility. Alright, let's just get right to it. I don't want to sit here and waste a bunch of time. I probably already talked too much. We are, there we go. We are going to utilize adrenaline because we do have adrenaline. I got build, so hopefully I didn't talk too much. Very good damage. Let's switch over. If you don't know, we used to, if a newer player, use a blowfly, causes the Wendigos to spawn blowflies when you kill them. Used to adrenaline, maxed out at 6 kills, so it was like perfectly. You can max your adrenaline out before you went into the fight with Earl and be able to get a speed run. Alright, here we go. Let's get Liquid Courage, Hard Lemonade, Danger All, Psycho Buff. I want to do that. Alright. Alright, here we go. Lost our adrenaline stack. That's okay. What's up, Earl? How you been, bro? How you been doing? How's it been hanging? Looks like you got a haircut. Okay, we're getting 8, 17. Doing really good with our AP. We're getting 1,800 on the crits. That is insane. 1,800 on the crits. Let's say 1,900, maybe. Reload. Insane damage. Really not having too much problems with the AP. 1925. That's with 3 adrenaline stacks, though. We could probably get it higher if we got some more adrenaline stacked up. Well, this will stay on Earl. We'll stay locked in on Earl. Let's get reload. We about got him. We got him. We got him before our weapon broke. So yeah, we suffered a little bit with our C&D. Oh, it was close. It's close, but it. Wow. I mean, 138. That is crazy. I mean, it's not trigger time. Don't get me wrong, but still, it is definitely OP. All right, let's go with the OPR and see, because I know you're thinking, I ain't got no enclave. I don't got all those mods. What? I mean, I can't do that. Well, let's watch and see what the OPR does. All right, here we are back with, we got the OPR, the other plasma, without R no more because it's O.P.P. Now, O.P.P, the plasma pistol, modded the same way, weapon speed, action point cost, conductors, calibrating capacitor, line flame barrel, got the standard grip, E.P.P cost is 6, reflex sight. See, we're getting 60 and 47. This used to not be that big of a difference, but now it is 88 and 68. So that's 28 on the ballistic and like 22 on like 50. I mean, that is crazy. He used to only be like 17, like 16, like 8 on each one weapon type. But it's still pretty it's still a good weapon. So we're going to go against Earl with it. Everything's the same buffs going. Black Eyed Susan helping us. Tesla Sign 7, Bobblehead Energy, and yeah, everything else still the same. Let's get our toxic goo ready. Same build. All right. Use a blue ply syringer. Try to stack up some adrenaline. Maybe we can do this gun justice. I mean, they used to not really be a difference with Earl or any enemy. Now, regular enemies like that, you see how when you're not going to see it. You're going to melt everything. So, I mean, you might think just because you're going to have an enclave, that doesn't matter. You're still going to do A-okay, even with the regular plasma flame rifle or the plasma pistol, plasma flamer, what you want to call it. Let's reload. It's still a good weapon. It's just not going to be... It's a little bit different with Earl, though. A little tankier. Still does good against the Guardian. In danger all, reload. Liquid Courage. Hard Lemonade. Psycho Buff. AP 510. We get there and get a little bit. What's up, Earl? We're back, boy. Trying to clock in, trying to get to work, trying to get busy. Trying to get busy, Earl. Alright. We got 20 stacks. Dang, Earl. You do something to your hair? Looks you must have got a haircut, Earl. You look good. Let's brush those teeth though. So we're getting 1194. That's still not bad. 1200 on the crits. 1262. We're still melting him down. I mean, we're having no problems maintaining our vats, staying locked in. Reload. Yeah. So got the same easy buffs. Come back in, come back out. Sometimes it won't register your criticals. When it does that, just come back in. 1353, so we got a little bit higher, almost 14. I mean, look, we're still melting him down. I mean, it's still a good weapon, still fun to use, even if you don't have an enclave. Stop it, Earl. Behave. Trying to make a video here. 1400. 1400. That is pretty good criticals right there. Let's reload. It probably will break. It probably won't make it through the whole fight, but maybe it will. Doing really good though. So even if you don't have your enclave mod yet, you can still melt Earl down with just your regular plasma flamer. Oh, we almost got him. We got him before it broke. We got him before it broke. So it did pretty good. I mean, I think we it didn't break on us. Let's see where we're at. Really close, but it made it through the fight. A decent time. I mean, a lot better than a lot of other weapons do. I mean, it ain't the shredder, it ain't or the enclave, but it's still a top weapon, and still it's super fun. I mean, look at his melties when it goes. Now, you don't have to use it in Vats. His Vats criticals is where we're going to get a lot of damage when we're going against the boss. But no problem there taking care of anything that you're going to come across. So even if you don't got your enclave, this is still a fun build. And I still recommend trying it out, especially as a ghoul because you're super tanky. And yeah. So let's do a Bullies. All right, here we're back with the Bullies. Because we went to spam coffee, we didn't... had to stack any adrenaline up. Excuse me. So we got 25% extra damage per limb the target has, and Earl has 6 limbs, 3 heads, a torso, and 2 legs. That's 6. So it's extra 150% damage once we get him crippled, and we will cripple him pretty quickly. And so Pinpointers did pretty good. Maybe I can squeeze it in. I don't know. Time constraints. I think the Bullies did a little bit better once he's crippled. Like I say, it don't take long. Everything else is modded the same way with the pistol grip. Yeah, Scatter Shot and Tormentor and Easy Target are really going to help us. Tormentor and Scatter Shot with Enforcer. Everything else is the same buffs going. Bobblehead energy, you got Tesla Side 7, got Swift Mudproof Tea, we got Mudproof and Tater Juice to get our AP. But we're going to utilize our Slime Cake to maintain our Vats. So let's get ready. Make sure I got our Danger on. Let's take a Liquid Courage. Take a Hard Lemonade. Psycho Buff. AP is 530. Let's make sure we got our Slime Cake ready. Get about 20. Should be enough to carry us. What's up, Earl? How you been, buddy? Long time no see. 1500. Let's get some of these criticals going. 1700. Probably got everything crippled now. 1888. 1894. 1906. Dang, Earl, your breath stinks. Let's just take care of that. 1954. Let's go ahead and get a little more Slime Cake. I ran out. That's what sucks about being on console. Not doing bad though. Over 2,000 there. Get back in, I can see 2048, 2081. 21, 22. So we're getting 2,000 is pretty easy. Let's get a little more Slime Cake. Hopefully that's enough to get us out and get us through. We're getting 2131. That's pretty good. Dang, girl, let's brush those teeth. Get those teeth nice and clean. So about 2100. That's what we're getting. Couple 22s there. 2202 looks like. 2202 I think was the final one. We're at 147. So the conductors outperformed it time-wise. We'll see what it looks like when we compare them. We're going to go ahead and do a Pinpointers. I know somebody might say I didn't show Pinpointers, but there it is. We're going to fast forward until I go against Earl. And then it's all the same buffs, all the same perks. And running, but we'll drop down the mine and we'll get to the fight. Alright, now we're going to put it back on Danger On. We're going to take a Liquid Courage. Hard Lemonade. Fresh Psycho Buff. We're going to use Slime Cake. That should be enough. See what we're getting. What's up, Earl? How you doing, buddy? 1753. $1,900. Should we get over 2,000? 2010. I guess going faster, I don't know. Go ahead and do a little more slime cake. Yeah, I'll get at 2162, 2135. Definitely get a little bit more. A little bit more. I want y'all, I just want Earl. But do not knock me out. Brush those teeth, Earl. Right now, the APS time. We'll go ahead and kill some of these Wendigos. A little bit more slime cake, finish him off. $22.83. Couple more stacks of adrenaline, probably close to 24. I don't know if that was quicker or not. Well, we know it wasn't. It's just amazing to be able to stay locked in Vats, you know, just how much more efficient you are because you're not losing any criticals. You're staying locked in the whole time versus, you know, we having to spam slime cake, you know, and then you do sometimes it don't register criticals, but Pinpointers did do not as good as you would have thought. It was getting good damage, but all right, let's compare them all now. All right, we're comparing them all just so you get an idea just how efficient and good the conductors is. So we got enclave conductors on top, then we got the Bullies, then we got the other plasma conductors on it, and then the Pinpointers. Now, you can see the Bullies jumps out with a pretty good lead, even a little bit ahead of the Pinpointers. But further testing for that, this is not the test for that, this is just to show you just how efficient and how good conductors really is. Even though we're missing out about 300 damage, the Bullies and the Pinpointers does get ahead of the conductors. But when you have to stop and you have to spam the slime cake, now it'll be different on PC. You know, if you have a hotkey and you can sit there and not have to open up a menu, that does change it. So, but for us people on consoles, conductors is definitely the way to go. And then also, if you don't feel like having to farm materials, conductors is the way to go because you just stay in Vats and you melt everything. You don't have to have any slime cake or copy and be very efficient and just go and play. It's an easy plug and play, lazy type of play style because they don't take that much effort and don't take that many buffs. Now you can see when the Bullies does get ahead, the conductor stays locked in and it keeps on getting those criticals. And eventually, you know, it just stays ahead because it's not having to consume anything. And the conductor wins. I mean, the fact that the conductors was able to get the best time. Now all that take that with a grain of salt because there are variables like spamming the slime cake and then missing criticals sometimes, like just not registering, so that does happen in these runs. But the fact that it was able to outperform them, that just says a lot of how efficient and good 4-star conductors is now, and how good the other plasma flamer or pistol, whatever you want to use it as, is. And yeah, but you're just asking how relative is it? Is it you know, can it keep up with the raids? Well, you just have to watch and see. Let's go see the Guardian and Snakey. All right, here we are. Show you this is raid ready, raid approved. It'll get you farm the Guardian. You know, this is a good way. Also, if you don't got a lot of plasma cartridges, you will stock up on plasma cartridges. And if you need to get your like double script weekend, farming the Guardian is such a good way to get a ton of legendaries. But anyway, so we're gonna come with our Furious Enclave, and then we'll come back with the other plasma flamer. We do have a dense chest piece, but I'm going to show you if you're standing on the platform, you don't really need it. If you're off the platform, you do, but it'll take less explosion damage. But when we're standing on our power warmer, which I recommend using the flamer, because you got to be up close. So we don't got we got some service kits on negative for carry weight, and that's no big deal though. No magazine for extra crit damage. We do got our Black Eyed Susan. giving us extra 25% damage because we got strange numbers, got company T. Yeah, 25% is crucial, helping you not lose your Vats, your AP to refresh in between reloads. So definitely herbivores, and you'll see that. Muffler juice, Tato and Tato juice to give us 55 to our max AP. So our AP's at 490, and that's with no steep T's or anything. We could have it higher. Bite soup to give us the extra crit damage, and yeah. Other than that, the build stays the same. Besides, we make room for center masochist. We take one level concentrate fire off, and we take Eye of the Hunter off, and we put that 3 points there. We put Ironclad back at 2. We had Kim Fiend on there. We take that point from Kim Fiend and move it back in Strange Numbers. We take off Adrenaline, put on Gorilla, so we got no damage to stack. We also take off 4-leaf clover and put Ricochet on there, so we got bullets to dodge. And we keep our legendary agility for a base of 15. You could take one for the team, but that extra 50 in your AP really does help out. And so having more AP, staying locked in and not run out of AP is more crucial. You're keeping my Vats criticals going. Then take one for the team, but you could do that.
Alert! Unauthorized personnel detected. Activated.
Alright. This ain't no shredder time. We'll go ahead and do the name draw. What the heck? Alright, here we are. This is where your troubleshooters is important. Why you need troubleshooters. You can see we had no problem using troubleshooters. Going through Earl, any other bosses or fights. I mean, troubleshooters is not going to hurt you. Let your AP refresh a little bit. That way you'll just have a fresh slate to go right in, and you won't run out. You'll just pause a few seconds. Your company T will regen really quick. Alright, let's go. Let it regen a little bit. Not a problem.
Warning, energy critical.
Don't just give yourself just like a second while you're reloading your company T. See how quick it moves. Company T 25% AP regen is insane. It moves like really quick. Alright, let's come back with the O.P.P and show you that even if you don't have an enclave, you'll be more than okay. Alright, we're back with our regular other plasma flamer, the OPR. Show you just in case you don't got an enclave that you can still do this even without an enclave. Even though there is a damage drop off, you're still going to get really good damage. Let's make sure we're reloaded. Take a cycle buff. Show you real. I better hurry up.
Alert! Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense systems.
Danger all. Still at the same amount of AP. Look at that. Still doing pretty decent. No struggle with AP. Bringing the shield down. Fairly pretty easy. I mean, not the pepper shaker, but it's not going to beat the enclave, but you know what? It's still going to get it done.
Warning, energy usage critical.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. There we go. Well, it's about a 12-second difference, but it still got the job done. So don't get discouraged if you don't got enclave mod, put on your enclave. You'll be more than okay with your plasma flamer. I'm not saying don't grind for them or trade for them, however you want to get them, but in the meanwhile, you can still use your plasma flamer and melt things. Yeah, very efficient. Not as good as the pepper shaker and the shredder, but still, it gets the job done, and it's just a switch up a play style. Alright, now let's go against the snakey. Alright, here we are, and a big shouts out to Texas Weeds for making all this possible. He's the one who's got the mule saved for the snake, helping me since we can't glitch to it no more. And yeah, big shouts out to you, brother. He always comes through, big supporter of the channel from day one. Always been here, and just want to say appreciate you, and big shouts out to you. We got quad weapon speed, mass action point calls with the conductors. This is the way if you're going. The only time you have to change your plasma flamer is when you're going against a snake or getting the scorch beast down. Still, it's a beast of a weapon. Doesn't cripple near as good as the flamer does, but it still does really good. And yeah, we got a mod with the calibrated capacitor, get the extra crit damage, align automatic barrel, so we get the automatic fire. Standard grip, because with a stock where AP cost to be 12, at 8 we don't have to take any consumables with this, and we'll be able to stay in Vats with our conductors. Reflex sight for less AP cost, so we've got great range. We don't suffer any damage loss by being a pistol. It's still plasma unless you're role playing, you're still a plasma gun. Armor is still the same. This one solo armors don't come in handy because it's going to go along with our battle genes to give us 8 HP per second. And when that poison's hitting us, you're going to see it come into play, keep us alive and thriving outside power armor. The only else that really changes is that we put on Funky Does instead of +5 legendary agility. Now, being that you're not going to just be going against a snake all the time, these cards right here, we're not going to be utilizing against a snake. The flamer does really great at crippling, but not the automatic barrel. So it might seem like a waste, but it really, you're playing so much other content. So it's there for whenever you're using your flamer. You're going to use your flamer more than you will use your automatic barrel, unless you just want to use your automatic barrel, but you're going to get more damage with the flamer. So unless you just want range and everything else, you'll be able to cripple with the automatic barrel, but the snake doesn't cripple so easy with the automatic barrel. That's the only downside. We got serums, cancel negative effects. Got a bobblehead energy, give us 20% extra damage. Tesla Science 7, give us 100% extra crit damage. We got Company Teeth, AP regen. We got our simple AP buffs with Mudfruit Juice, giving us 3 agility, and the Tater Juice giving 25. So that's giving us that extra 55 right there. Easy to get crafted, form in your own camp and grow it. So. No steep teas. Sweet Mudfruit Tea for the extra 125% crit damage. Soul Bean Soup for the extra endurance. And yeah, those are the ones really affecting us. The Cranberry Meatball Grinder giving us more HP. You can see our Perception is 31, Endurance 28, Agility 34, and Luck is 26. So sitting good. Everything else is the same. Alright, here we go. Let's make sure we're reloaded. Okay. Danger All. Still Hard Lemonade. Psycho Buff. AP is 470. Get our Toxic Goo ready. What's up, Snakey? Wakey, wakey. Now, we have enough AP to be able to empty the clip out. Now you see which server lag, that we get really close to running out. So you have to, when you're reloading, give yourself a little bit of a space. That way you have the time for your company tea to kick in. Toxic Goo. 2,800 on the crit, so for the most part, no problem with our AP. Staying locked in pretty good. Wow, under a minute. Now we're going to recap the build, and as we go over the OPR, we're going to show that run, and then we're going to show a run with the Pinpointers with the enclave. And yeah, sit back, enjoy. All right, so we're back with the OPR, modded all the same way. The conductors on it, calibrated capacitor, automatic barrel, standard grip. AP cost is a little bit less, so it has that going for it. The damage is about 40 difference, 74, 60, 51, 42. So it is a little bit of a drop off, but it still does really good, especially when reloaded. And like I said, on regular enemies and regular events, you won't even. How much time we got left on our hard lemonade? All right, we're good. You won't even notice it. All right, real quick, recapping. We got 7 in strength, 10 in perception, 6 in endurance, 3 in charisma, 5 in intelligence, 15 in agility. That's important. 10 in luck. We're in the build. All blockers, brick wall obviously keeps us being staggered. Arms keeper, carry weight. Blocker taking less melee damage by almost 50%. Definitely essential. This is what's different is the scatter shot, which adds limb damage to all the other limbs, about 20% damage dealt to all of them, so you can cripple something pretty easily when you have Enforcer coupled with that. Very powerful, which allows you to get the easy target, get that 75% range damage to a cripple limb, and Tormentor adding, depends on like the enemy, but I mean 20% more damage per cripple limb, so very powerful. Like on Earl, that's an extra 195% whenever we were getting that. Ground Pounder working with Fast Fighter, getting faster reloads. Tank Killer giving us armor penetration. Concentrated Fire maxed out, a little more damage in Concentrated Fire. We got Eye the Hunter giving us more Vats accuracy than Concentrated Fire does too. We got Life Giver, more health, more glow, makes us more tanky. Ironclad 2, we get 40% because we got double armor matching set, and solo armor doesn't have the best resistances, so that boosts it up pretty good. Adamantine Skeleton working with the armor, keeping us from getting limb damage, being crippled. Fireproof for tankiness. We got Glowing Gut. That's my opinion, one of the best ways to get your glow back quick. Having to switch weapons. Stranger Numbers, definitely need that just to help boost all your mutations and give you more AP, more carry weight, more critical damage. We got Tenderizer. This is great for boss fights. It'll add up to 100% on the same target when you hit it 100 times. Science is giving us a little extra damage. We got Barrage Occlusion for carry weight or ammo. Gunsmith, definitely essential. The weapon will break, especially because you have to run it as a pistol to stay in Vats, so it's not as endurable. So Gunsmith's definitely essential. Science Monster gives an extra 15% for 10 seconds once we're hit. Very good card, don't cost anything. Gunslinger giving us 12% weak point damage, definitely need that. All our Gunslinger perks to get our max stacks of 20. We got Enforcers, just like I said, helping us cripple everything. It works with small guns now. We got Adrenaline. Now, Adrenaline, like I said, this can be swapped out depending on the event. I mean, if you only got one boss, then you might want to just run with your Gorilla at 2 and get to 15%. But if not, you can put on Adrenaline. You'll get more damage if you stack more enemies, depending on the event that you're doing. Bloody Mess for extra 15% more damage. Better Criticals gets an extra 100% critical damage. Ricochet giving us that deflect chance. Critical Savvy getting a crit every second shot with our armor when our luck is 17. Faulty Spot got weak point damage, and Glowing Criticals giving us extra 50% additive to our criticals. And then this card is the one card you can swap around. You can put your legendary agility on top of your 15, or you can put your Funky Dust when you need to, or take one for the team. And then you need 5 points of 25 points to add into your build to get to these cards. That is the base of the build. We are using our high capacity backpack mod and your shielded razor leathers to help get our AP up, because it gives us +3 agility and +3 perception and 1 luck. And the armor we use with the troubleshooters, which it comes in handy in the raids, and you do okay everything else. I mean, you're tanky enough, and you don't have to have vanguards or I mean, you can have 2 sets of armor if you want to, but not necessary. Troubleshooters are just fine. And the solar armor comes in handy when you're going against a snake. Strengthen, like I said, working with your enemy and skeleton, and ultralight doing your +5 action points, which gives you more AP with bigger 8 people, and 3 pieces with +2 agility, and 2 with +2 endurance, and limit breakers on all of them to get your. You don't have to have 2 sets of chest pieces, but if you're going to be off the platform, you do need a dense. But asbestos will do just fine. It'll give you fire resistance, and always have you a jetpack if you want to be able to be mobile around. The only busts, like I said, we had was bloodfruit and tater juice, company tea. Those are definitely essential, and blight soup or sweet mudfruit tea if you have it. And so bean soup doesn't hurt to have. And those were our mutations: adrenaline for more damage, bird bones for agility, eagle eyes for crit damage, herbivore to boost your company tea, boost your crit damage, and if you got Susan's boosted, her mentality to get your 17 luck, you get +3 to your specials, and marsupial jumping, speed demon for reloading. Those are the gist of the build. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was so long, but just like I was trying to pack a lot of stuff, I just wanted to show you just how effective it was. If you want to go with that Unlimited Vats build as a ghoul with your plasma, and how effective it can be. So now against the snake, the reason that Pinpointers really works well is because you can spam it before he comes up and when he goes down, so you really lose no time. So if you want to have a Pinpointers on your plasma, then on the snake, by all means do it. But if you don't want to have to farm any consumables, then the conductors will more get you by, and that's what we showcase there. Even the other plasma will be more than enough. Well, hope y'all got something out of it. If you did, like, subscribe, and I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on it. This is Big Red. Hope y'all thrive and survive out there. I'll see you in the next one.